So, Mikey, you know the old stereotype about the French people, how they don't wear deodorant and then they're smelly and all that? Apparently, that goes for the Germans, too.
Oh no, baby! Oh no! Oh no! I don't want you anymore. Yes, baby, I told you before. You went away and you said you left me, and now you live in misery. Although you want me to take you back, you said you're sad about this and that.
Oh,
no.
Bye-bye.
Oh, no.
That's right. Gazoon tight. Hold your britches tight. And get ready for another episode of the Ono Radio Show.
I thought you got into a little Dr. Seuss moment there.
I was going down a rabbit hole that I dragged myself out of. Guys, welcome to another show. I think this is episode 703. What a place to be!
My.
What a place to be! I'm doing it again. I'm Susan.
The gift of rhyme has entered the studio.
Yeah, Mikey, you're looking fantastic this evening.
Thank you.
By the way, my name is Owen. I am the captain of this shit ship. Along with me is my good friend Mikey B, and we're happy to be here with you.
So happy.
Hopefully, Ty will show up a little bit later in the program.
I hope.
If he doesn't, I don't think we'll be missing much, Ty or Mikey, whatever your name is.
I'll always miss Ty.
Yeah,
but sometimes he does a whole 3-hour show. And I think other than his introduction, sometimes he doesn't say anything.
I mean, and he more often than not doesn't really contribute much of anything.
Right.
So here we are. It's me and you. We're holding down the fort. We're happy to be with you, and we got a lot to talk about today. I mean,
much.
It's been a week or two since we've done the show. I've been to Baltimore and back since the last time that we've seen each other. Do you want to start with that? Do you want to just get into Baltimore?
I always like to hear about your trips because I like to hear how garbage other places are.
Yeah, it is interesting because. It does make me realize every time I go out of town how much I really do appreciate Orlando.
Right.
And I'm Florida, we're constantly shat on by the rest of the country, the rest of the world, I'd say.
And again, not without good reason. Do a lot of bad stuff here in Florida.
Yeah. And we are terrible swamp people, but I'm proud of my swampness. I'm proud of being a swamp person.
Transplanted to the swamp. To be fair. I've heard that some of England can be a little swamp-ish.
We have
a bog. I think they call them bogs over there.
Yeah, we're more bog people.
People.
Yeah, I think I was a bog person that assimilated into the swamp life.
Similar ecospheres, but not 100% the same.
No. And the hooliganism, obviously,
very
similar to the Florida man, sort of stuff. So anyway, I went to Baltimore. It was interesting. I was flying out of Orlando Airport as I usually do, and I'm having my last smoke at the airport. And there's a Southwest stewardess that comes out, and she's a swamp person. And we're talking about, where are you going? The usual, chitter chat while we're on a smoke break type thing. And I said Baltimore. She goes, oh. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm not exactly choosing to go to Baltimore. And she's like, talk about work, all that. And then she's like, yeah, as long as you're staying in that harbor area, you're fine. And lo and behold, I was staying in the harbor area, which was, it's all ritzy hotels. And it's upscale.
It's like a business center.
It is. So and lots of nice restaurants. Lots of not a problem at all. No crime really. Very very limited. Poros. They don't let the poros seep in there too much.
Yeah, I mean they generally try and keep the that because again, it's a business center. It's where everyone comes when they travel to Baltimore. They want to kind of keep it a little picturesque, so
correct.
People keep coming back.
And it was, I was right by the harbor. I saw what I was about to say, the Black Angels. No, the Blue Angels.
You were going to say the black part of town.
Well, I got there later. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So yeah, like I saw the Blue Angels. They were rehearsing for a big 4th of July thing. They were doing all that, and it was all over the harbor, and it was cool. I was like, oh, it's nice. It's kind of neat. A lot of work, a lot of things to do, but the first day I'm like, I'd really like some hotel beers. I like my hotel beers, so I don't have to go spend a lot of money. And at the hotel bar, I like to go pop out, and I like my room beers, right? And I do this almost on every trip if I can. If it's long enough, it's worthy enough of it. And this one was just about it, just about that time. I'm like, oh, cool. There's a 7-Eleven not too far away. Let's go there. No, Mikey. They don't sell. It's one of these states where they don't sell.
Oh, it's like a state sponsor. Are they state-sponsored liquor stores?
They're not that bad. There are independents, but none of them are in the nice harbor bit that I was saying.
Oh, you got to go to a Winn-Dixie.
No, I don't even think they sell them there. I think you got to go to has to be an actual liquor store to go get your booze.
Have you, now real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know which states are the states where it's in a Walmart, there's just one aisle that is also just chocked full of hard liquor.
Oh, which ones are yeah, I have encountered that. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I know the states on the other side of things where it's harder to find things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Utah's where it's there's whole days where it's no, we just don't have booze.
And if you go to North Carolina, that's the place where you're gonna find those they are called ABC liquors, but not the ABC we have here. They are a state sponsored. They are you're only allowed to get booze.
It's not always be celebrating.
I'm not the way we do. Not the way we do.
Mm.
The sign looks different. It ain't the same ABC. Anyway, so I see okay. I went and I ate dinner at this place. I got me a nice lobster roll and some crab chowder. That was delightful. And then I was like, okay, well, I've already walked 0.4, 0.5 miles to get to this place. It's only another 0.5 miles to go to the liquor store. Thank God the sun was up, Mike.
Oh, no.
It was sketchy as fuck. Because, I don't know where the train tracks are. I didn't see no train tracks, but I crossed them.
Everything is on the bad side of tracks.
Yeah. And I went in there, and you know what? Honestly, all the people were pretty cool. It was guess what type of individual owned the liquor store?
Indian or Pakistani?
Indian, yep, definitely
okay.
Indian, Pakistani, yeah. There was a man with no shirt, a black man with no shirt on in there, and he saw me grabbing that. I grabbed a 6-pack of White Claw.
Oh, he called you gay?
And he was just like, "Oh, you got that White Claw, huh?" And I'm like, "Yep." I sure do.
What that even? What? Why?
And he's kind of looking me up and down. I'm like, "Yep, sure do." And meanwhile, he's buying the.
I'm gonna rob this cracker.
He's buying the beat boxes. You know what those are?
They're So it used to only be that wine only came in these little juice box style wine thing, but now they're now we just make malt liquor in them.
Pretty much, and I'm like. And then he was kind of giving me shit. I'm like,
oh, so you got that beatboxing?
That's what I said. I'm like, well, you drinking the beatbox, man? Like what? He's
you hit him with a little jive, a small portion of jive.
Small portion. I'm like, you got the beatbox, man? A little bit of that. And he's like, yeah, you right. And I'm like, I'm gonna get me a bottle of whiskey too when I get up to that counter. And he's like, oh yeah, what type of whiskey you getting? I'm like, I'm probably
Velvet Rose.
I'm probably gonna get that Black Barrel Jameson right there. He's like, whoa, bro. He
was impressed by your Jameson.
Well, he was impressed at the amount of money I must have had to be able to afford it.
Now he's definitely I'm definitely going to rob this guy.
You know what? Because I kind of not stood up to him would be the wrong word, but because I
But you jived
I fucked
with
him. I fucked with him a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I think he was just like, I was gonna rob you. Now I'm not gonna rob you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to then procure my alcohol and walk, a mile and a half through some of the shadiest, as the sun's going down, shadiest, part of Baltimore to get back to the nice harbor area where I was staying. And, as soon as I kind of like crossed the little bridge area where that, I'm like, oh, I think I'm safe. Like, oh, I think I got it. I think I got it.
Oh, and it's not like the people of that side of town are vampires. They can cross running water.
I don't think they're allowed. I don't think they let him in there. That guy, that guy with the no shirt on, the beatbox guy. Nah.
Harbor Town is no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Yes, that's correct.
I think it's kind of implied that most places are no shirt, no shoes, no service. But I think that we need more signs.
I think we do too.
I think the world is kind of getting to this weird zone where it's like, if you're not going to expressly tell me I'm not allowed to do something, guess what?
Gonna do it anyway. Yeah.
And you know what? Even when you put a sign out there, I'm probably just going to tell you, I didn't see a sign.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I'm running into that. I end up going back to the hotel, have a couple of my drinks, and I'm like, this was the day of, the following day. It must have been easy. No, it must have been earlier in that day. No, it was earlier in that day before I went to the place. I ended up, there was a football, it's World Cup. Mm-hmm. Me and Teresa have been watching like all the games, got them on in the background all the time. We're watching it at work. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll grab a beer. There's an Irish pub in this nice part of town. I'll go grab a beer, watch some game. And it was Germany versus, don't even remember. Might have been Paraguay or something, right? I think it was Paraguay.
Germany and Paraguay.
And
did Germany win that match? Because I was rooting for them.
No, they certainly did not.
Damn, that sucks.
Paraguay. No, it doesn't, because I ended up stumbling. First off, fuck Germany. Second off, stumble into this Irish pub full of German tourists.
Oh, okay.
And
they're having games in like Boston, right? So it's
games in Boston, games in Philadelphia, games in tons of different, like New Jersey, L.A. I think there's games in like even like Kansas or something. Like,
right.
There's definitely games somewhere in the Midwest. And then, of course, you got your like Torontos and Mexico Cities for like the fact that when they say it's
North America, there's like two games like they're all in the United States of America. Let's just be real, like for the most part. Anyway, so I go and it is like it's become a German pub, and they're being obnoxious. Like they're a younger crowd. Well, they're German hooligans. Yeah, some of the most efficient, regulated hooliganing.
Now their drinking is efficient. I will give them that. They drink. They can drink. Yeah. I will always applaud that. But they were not the nicest of people. They were quite rude, as a matter of fact.
I think you confuse rudeness with straightforward and blunt, but go ahead.
Maybe. But they also stunk, Mikey.
Ooh.
They were smelly, B.O., all of it. And I realized, that's why I mentioned at the top of the show, that it ain't just, usually the French get this, right? They get this, like, they don't wear deodorant. Hairy pits was always the thing with the women. Like, they got hairy pits. They don't shave their pits.
Natural, bro.
All natural. They smell. They don't wear deodorant. I realized Germans, exactly the same.
Now, they are, like, they're right up against each other. Yeah. I assume they share a lot of the same, like, climate and a lot of the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's because, like, in Germany, it doesn't get oppressively hot like it does here, where it's like, I drove to the Sevi today, windows down, AC on, and by the time I got back...
You're already covered in sweat, right?
Double pit stain.
Yeah.
My whole back...
Covered.
Sweat.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, sitting in this room right now, I mean, it's comfortable enough, but it's still pretty warm. Like, I'd like it a little cooler.
I'm going to be honest. For the past, like, 2 or 3 years, there have been times where I will wear, like, a light undershirt
to
drive to places.
Yep.
And then when I get to the place, in my car, change my shirt so that my shirt, I don't show up to events
covered
in sweat already.
It doesn't also help that you're fat, so that's going to like.
It does not help. No,
but these were fit Germans. These were fit.
But that's what I'm saying.
They were actually like very attractive men and women. Like they looked like, and they were dressed nice and
snuck that one in there.
And but no, like they weren't like slobs, right? They were in good shape, and I think and to your point, Germany right now going through a heat wave, just like most of Europe is. It's like about what it is here. Mm-hmm. Not much difference. It's like 80, like high 80s, like low 90s, like it like reaching up as far as into the like almost the hundreds in some areas, right? So I can't think that you have to like that's no. Like, and it was hot. It was hot up there. It was like a 88 degree day or something like that. It was warm and very humid. And I'm not going to say that wasn't the case.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's just a thing of like, hey, either they just don't believe in it like culturally.
I don't know.
Or if it is just like, hey, in Germany, man, like most of the time, because of how the climate is, even when it gets hot, it's not like
oppressive like it is here.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, not only is it blazing hot, the air is also almost water, and so everything feels 100 times worse. Maybe there where it's like, yeah, it's 95, but like we're not drenched in sweat all the time.
I don't think that's the case. I think anytime that you get to that level of heat, you're going to be sweating, you're going to be gross, and I do think that they just choose to not wear deodorant. And I will say that that's where as a civilized European, coming from a civilized country such as England, we do not encounter that. We all wear deodorant. We're all
smelly Brits.
Well, maybe we are, but we'd certainly try to not be as smelly as these. It was repulsive, dude. Like sitting at the bar with them it was offensive to my nose. It was offensive to my nasal, like not even being that close to people. And it's just like you go, I went outside for a smoke and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to smell like smoke, but I'm still going to smell like better when I come in than these people. You open the door to the pub and it's just like
locker roomy.
Yeah. Locker roomy. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like ball sweat. Yeah. Like it was a lot of that. Very disgusting.
Bro,
not my favorite encounter or not my favorite game watching experience. And so I left at halftime because I couldn't handle it. I then went to go eat and then go get my booze. Now I'm remembering. And I'm happy they did. I'm happy I did because then those Germans lost the game. And they got kicked out of the World Cup. So that was good.
Dude, you know what does kind of suck now because it's getting back into the summer months where it does get so hot here. Because I think here's my logic behind it. I think, you get real sweaty, get some ball sweat going. Especially because I'm a little heavier, like my balls kind of sit.
We call it fat.
Because of like, my balls get kind of like trapped between my thigh and like
into fat.
Into an area where it's just like it contains all the sweat.
Yeah, it's a fat pouch of sweat and balls.
Yeah. Well, I think because we go like hot to cold, because you go outside super hot, you go into anywhere.
Yeah.
Everything drops back
cold,
down.
hot, because the AC everywhere, right?
I think it turns from me having ball sweat to ball grease. And you understand.
Yep.
It's like when the sweat just keeps congealing and it turns into like a...
I know what you mean. It becomes a greasy situation.
It's awful. And if you think ball sweat smells bad,
ball grease
10 times worse.
If you were a wrestler, that would be your name.
Ball grease.
Ball grease.
Hey, that'd be my move too. I'd reach down in my little thing, like take a nice swipe, and then just like give somebody like a hard slap with the ball hand.
Yeah. If you are listening live and you want to give us a call, by the way, the phone lines should be open. I don't know if they are. Maybe I'll have to help you with that, Mikey. But let's go ahead and open them up. It's what's our number? It's
407-906-6466.
Yeah, you give us a call if you want. We'll keep them open. Again, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but we'll do that.
Once again, the number is 407-906-6466.
Thank you for repeating, and thank you for helping me out with that. Anyway, so the reason I was up there is I was obviously doing one of my corporate jobs,
right?
And it was for. I was warned about this by my contemporaries before I got up there. They're like, "Hey, this ain't like a financial conference. This ain't a medical, pharmaceutical, all of the stuff I usually do, which is mind-numbingly boring. I'm not gonna lie. This one, Mikey.
Oh,
as basically it was a right-wing, one of those. What do they call them? Like mini PAC type things, those political action kind of group conferences. Like it was like a mini one of those.
Really?
Yeah. And we had one of Trump's right-hand men that I mic'd up, complete dickhead. He was on there, and I'm not going to get super political about the whole thing because I know, it is what it is in this day and age. But I mic'd up this guy named Will Scharf. Just look at this dude. look at this fucking tool right here. He's like,
that guy looks like a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, that guy it was a dickhead, is a dickhead, and the long and the short of it is like it was like a Christian right like type of conference mixed with all like the Jews, with all like the Israeli like.
Okay, because I'm gonna say I thought the right wingers and Jews were like diametrically opposed.
No. They're all buddies now. Like they're all buddies now.
Oh, because of Israel.
Because of Israel, exactly. So it's like the Israel, and they're all financial. Like these were not like schlub redneck PA like right wingers. They're like the people that are trying to make the influence of like with the monies and all that. So of course the Jews be there. You know what I mean? Like
that's such a weird thing because it's like half the time the right is like, yo, the Jews control everything, and we hate that.
Not anymore. I don't think now they're like
they control everything,
and we're buddies with them. They're all friends, and that's awesome because they got the monies and like
Netanyahu.
Yeah. A lot of that. A lot of pretty much if you are like at all progressive or liberal, a lot of the talking points were that you were just like not only like the dumbest person that ever existed, you were also slightly like. You were kind of evil,
Sir, if you haven't placed money at the forefront pedestal of your life and you don't worship money like a neo deity, God, you just must be the most evil piece of shit on the planet.
A lot of it was the family value stuff and how they want to like. They're like liberals. They don't even want to have children anymore. Like they were like, we're trying to make children and propagate the world essentially. Like we're out here doing that. Like so we're evil for not doing that. That's another thing. We're also like extremely dumb. Like we're so dumb. And like one of the talkers because like he's up there on stage and I don't know he has some influence and there's a bunch of these different people that are up there and then they take questions from the audience. A lot of them are journalists, a lot of them all that, right? So one of them grabs the mic and she's like this like really homey, conservative woman. She's like, I have this son and I'm really worried because he's just gotten a relationship with a very liberal girl at college. I'm wondering your advice as to like, should I dissuade them from getting? I know we're the party of wanting them to get married and have children and all this, but with her being such a liberal, should I dissuade them or should I encourage them? How would you handle this situation?
I'm afraid that if they have kids, they're only going to have liberal children, right. not conservative.
That's it.
Children.
That's it, right? So he's.
I think children by default kind of come into the world. If we're going to label it, a little bit liberal.
A little bit.
They're kids.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Here's the thing. To kids.
They're not thinking about their 401k when they're
the idea of free food, free housing, free education to children.
In fact, all kids are communists. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, or at least socialists.
Every child ever born, straight up socialist.
Yeah.
They depend on the government, their parents, for everything.
They're actually kind of freeloaders, Mikey, and we need to get rid of them. We need to probably kick them out of them out of the house. I.e. the country.
I have been asking for a Children of Men scenario since Children of Men came out.
Damn it, maybe they are right.
I was literally saying, like, as I'm watching Children of Men, and they're like, and there hasn't been a baby born for 18 years. I was like, God damn, that sounds kind of fucking great.
That sounds awesome. A whole world without children?
Yeah, no children. This sounds dope.
Awesome.
There are enough people around right now that I'll die before we ever see any real complications to this issue. And after I'm dead, I don't fucking care because guess what? I didn't have any children.
No, exactly. So this goes on. The answer was more or less like, well, it depends how far gone she is, you know? If she's
gone.
If she's one of those purple hair, tattooed, witch-like Wiccan liberals, then there's probably no stopping that. But if she's a person that can handle reason and she can talk, just give your son a few weeks with her. Maybe you'd help with that. And honestly, I think you'll see that over time that logic would probably come to her and that she would, maybe lean towards our conservative, viewpoints and that type of thing. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Great advice. Advice. So then the other part. Do you want to say something? You said, look at you want to say something about that.
There's so much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About this that just sounds awful. 2
days of it, man. Like I had 2 15-hour days. Well, one was a 16, and then one was a 15. And of talks, 10 of each of either day were, of this, right?
Boy.
And including a Saturday, right? I mentioned before that there were a lot of Jewish people there.
Oh, on the Sabbath?
On the Sabbath, on the Saturday. So one big bone I got to pick with them is this one.
Oh, are we starting our Jewish gripes now?
Oh, I got ones. So
you be careful, man.
I'm trying. I'm going to tiptoe around this. It's the Sabbath. They're not supposed to work, right? They're not supposed to work on the Sabbath. Well, then why are
it seems to be like every day's a Sabbath then.
Right. Boom.
Windmill dunk.
You did it. Thank you. Take some fucking shots for me. Thank you. But no, why are they even there then, right? At this conference? Like, you're at a conference. This is clearly kind of work related.
Can you attend the conference without it being?
Well, apparently, even though they're journalists, that this would probably further their careers, in their own worlds. Like, that seems hypocritical to me. But no, to them, that's of course not necessarily work. One thing that they can't do, though, of course, I'm an audio guy. I'm running the audio for this thing. They can't put on microphones. So I've got
to mic everybody.
I mic everyone except this in this one particular session. This one moderator who's moderating the session. That means she's asking the questions. She's
working hard.
She's the host of the. She's the Owen. She's the host of the show, right? Like for this particular session, and she cannot. And she was very rude about it too. Like when I went to go give her a mic, put a mic. Oh, she was very put off that I would even suggest that she put on a microphone. So she goes upstage, three people and her. She has no microphone. The rest of them do. And you can all hear the other ones perfectly fine. But of course she has no microphone. Now I've got the whole audience turning to me. We can't hear her. We can't hear her. Yes, she has no microphone.
And now wait, is she opposed to miking herself or being mic'd at all?
No, just being mic'd at all. Like that, because that would be like a work thing or something. It must be some form of Judaism. Bro. That's because I do think that there's we don't understand this as what are we called?
No, because Jewish God must be the blindest, dumbest asshole in the world.
Well, you've heard about all this stuff where there's like buttons on like ovens,
Jewish mode,
like Jewish mode. Like,
I don't think they call it that, but
yeah,
it's what it is.
And then they got like all their loopholes with the string that goes around the whole of New York. Like,
brother, like if you can just say like we got a magic string and it makes it so God can't see us doing things He doesn't want us to do.
Right.
What the fuck kind of religion is this?
Exactly. The loopholes are what drive me nuts. It's the hypocrisy of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And I do think, of course, that just like with Christianity or any other religion, there are levels to this. There's like, I'm a Jewish guy, I practice sort of, and I like respect the faith and all that.
Hanukkah, Yom
but
Kippur.
I don't take it that seriously, just as there is in any other religion. But goes even further, right? You can't use microphones, and not only can't you do that on a Saturday. Did you know there's a sect of them? And this was news to me. This was 100% like brand new to my Florida sensibilities. Never been around that many. I guess I don't know if they're Hasidic or whatever they are, right?
Or Orthodox
or whatever they
orthodoxy.
Are, right? Yeah, and they got the yarmulkes. I think it was an actual over this particular period. I think it was one of their 1,000 a year, like holy days or whatever they have.
Loopholes and mass holy days, bro. They got the best. I will say they got the best religion for that kind of stuff.
So anyway, I don't have a lot of time in these days to go to the bathroom. I have to run in. I don't have time for a smoke break or nothing. So I always go into a stall because I can hit my little vape, right? I can get my nicotine, and I can I don't want to hit that at the urinal like with other people around. So I go into a stall typically, and that suffices to get me through the day. Well, every time I went in one on that Saturday, poop in the toilet, poop in the toilet, poop in the toilet, probably 3-4 times during that day.
Can you not flush toilets?
They are not allowed to flush toilets. This group, whatever they are, on this particular Sabbath, holy day, whatever it is, they cannot flush the toilets. This hotel did not have flush. Like, this is a weird one too. I just want to bring this up. This is a rich man, poor man. You know that concept? Tom and Dan talk about it all the time. Automatic toilets are a rich man, poor man. Sometimes the nicer hotels don't have automatic sinks and toilets.
Analog toilets?
Yeah. They have, because they have a nicer fancy handle that you push, right? And then with the sinks, like they don't have like a thing where you put in an automatic sink. They have handles for the sinks. So this particular hotel was actually a Four Seasons, pretty fancy, didn't have automatic toilets and didn't have automatic sinks. Here's another one. So turds everywhere in the men's bathroom. There's just turds, great. Thank you for making me flush your turd so I can take a piss and have my 2 seconds of vape. And that's what you want to when you're vaping in a bathroom, just like
vaping poo air,
just faking poo. Yeah, exactly. There's that, and not only that, they're not allowed, this sect, to rip the toilet paper. So they had, and the hotel must have known or been warned about this, because they had piles of essentially pre-torn squares of toilet paper, so that they could just grab their toilet paper and wipe them. They also cannot hit a button in the elevator.
Oh, you can eat 1,000 of my dick,
and will basically, and they won't be nice about it either. They say, instead of like me and you, like if we're in an elevator, it's packed.
I'd be like, hey
man, do you mind hitting number 12 for me or whatever?
Yeah.
No. Press this for me is what they say. Press this for me. Do this for me. Press this.
No, please, no.
There was one occasion where it was me, and this is like late. I was staying across the street from the hotel that this conference was at. Clearly, some of them were staying there, and they were doing the same shit to me. And I said, "Well, sir," he asked me told me to hit his button. This is one of those elevators that you have to use your key to like you got to put your key up to like a little circle thingy, right?
Oh, so
to activate it, to read it before you hit the button. And he asked me to do it after I did that and hit my floor, and he's in the elevator. He's like, 10. or whatever he said, whatever number. And I said, well, I can't. Like, he's like, well, you've got a key. I'm like, yeah, you've got a key too. Motherfucker got basically trapped on the elevator because I wouldn't hit the button for him because he couldn't literally take his grubby ass fingers out of his fucking pocket, put the thing up and hit a button. You're asking me to do the job for you. This was just like a constant throughout the whole weekend. And then I realized, I'm like, no wonder that German, guy had it, the way he did.
I mean, that must have been the only reason.
Speaking back of those Germans, though, this was funny, too. Back at the bar, back to those, like, smelly Germans. They were being, like, they were getting drunk, and they were being really demanding, and they'd only had a couple of the bars. There was, like, 3 bars in this place. 2 of them were inside, 2 inside, 1 outside. They wanted to sit outside. I was trying to sit outside to get away from the smell. And so they were then crowding that one, like, just before the game.
Mm-hmm.
But they hadn't opened that one yet. And finally, like, a bartender showed up to, like, oh, it's crazy. They must have called this guy in early. And he was super nice, and he was making a joke. He's like, because they all started, like, they like, surrounded him, right? Like, a minute he got there, and they're, like, shouting orders at him and everything. He's like, hey, are you giving me orders right now? And I just looked over at him. I said, well, those Germans, they love giving orders.
Bro. It's just such a weird, gotta be such a weird time, like, especially right now with the World Cup.
So I had the Jews and the Germans. Sides. I had both sides. I don't know. I can't. They were both assholes, if you ask me.
Dude, it's gotta be such a weird, like, stage right now for local bartenders in these cities because they get so flooded. You heard the reports of, like, around Boston, the Scots, like, drank the entire city
out of
fucking
alcohol
dry, apparently, somehow.
And they were awesome. Like, everybody said that they were super cool. Yeah. Like, they had a bit of fun. Like, I think it is a Scottish, like, jokey thing where they do with the traffic cones and they put them on, like, statues. Like, when they left, you hear about this one?
No.
So, like, they had a couple of games there, and then their group was there. And then the next game they had was in Miami. So, like, simultaneously, all the Scots left almost at once, and they went to Miami. Right. So the night before they all left, the city, all the statues in Boston had goddamn traffic cones on them. Nice. Because it was their little parting gift as, like, this is what we do. It's like our cheeky little thing. And they just went around and put them. And that's hilarious. Yeah. That's awesome.
Dude, that's the kind of mischief where you're like, oh, dang, those Scots got us again. Mm-hmm. Where you give a little, like, oh, we'll get you next time, Scott.
Yeah, that's fun.
And you don't care because it's like, yeah, one guy had to spend most of a day, like, okay,
they're government employees anyway, and he had to just take a big broom and knock off a goddamn. They're not defacing anything. They're not doing anything that's like vandalism. They're just putting a traffic cone on something.
Honestly, I think that if that was like every traveler's like, I left my mark on Thailand. Right. I went over there and put a cone on a statue. I think the world would be a little bit better place.
Absolutely. And you were bringing up the fact that yes, there's a lot of places that are probably like swarmed with these different cultures that aren't familiar with the American way of tipping and the American like bar scene and any of how that goes. I imagine that is very difficult.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. They apparently, a lot of the businesses in these cities, especially around the soccer centers where they're doing everything, a lot of the bars and restaurants have decided, hey, we're putting a flat like 18 to 25%
as they should
tip, like gratuity charge on just everything.
And I don't blame them for that because like that's not and a lot of times it's not Europeans being rude. I think it's
just they don't do it.
They don't do it. They're not used to it. The Brits know. Most of the Brits that come over to like Florida, for instance, on vacation, they know. They can be assholes sometimes and pretend they don't know, and then they try and get away with saving that extra couple bucks or whatever. And I think that's fucked up because, but most of Europe at this point knows. They just choose kind of, well, we don't do that back home.
We don't do that back home. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. You also have to understand, like, bro, a lot of these people are going to be drinking.
Yep.
They're not going to be like, oh, wait, in the midst of my drunken stupor,
I forgot.
I got to remember that, like, the Americans, we have to tip them or else their workers won't get money.
Exactly. And it's a flawed system to begin with anyway, let's be real.
Course.
Like, the whole tipping culture is dumb. If I had it my way, I would, like most restaurants, just give me the flat 18 and call it a day, right?
Yeah.
Like, or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that is probably something that we need to explore as a country, is just getting rid of tip culture and paying, like, food. If food, like, you've talked about it all the time, like how restaurants are going to fail because of, like, the future and what that brings.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the only way that they can survive is if you adopt a more European stance on it, and that, like, you can pay people $20 an hour rather than $11 an hour plus tips, because of now we have, you know, this
that is
in our price. I think that would be a way to, at least, I still think what you're talking about is going to happen, but it'll at least prolong it a little further.
Yeah, it's what's, again, I've talked about this at length, but yeah, man, basically what's just going to happen is that, honestly, that's one option.
Sure.
It's not the option that anybody who's in the industry is ever going to take. They're never going to look at all their employees and go, we want to keep servers around, so we're going to make everything cost whatever it's going to cost so that we can pay the servers $15 to $18
It would have to be
hour.
literally a federally mandated thing for most businesses to operate that
and
way.
even then, most places would just go,
Guess
no.
I'm gonna close then. Yeah.
We're going to just change how we give you food. Everything will turn into a counter service.
Right. We're just going to get rid of all table service. We're going to get rid of all waiters.
I mean, your high-end place, like I said, the high-end places will keep it because they have to, and they make enough money where where that doesn't matter.
Sure. And a lot of those places, that is already the case. That it's already built in. Like, high-end places typically will have an automatic gratuity.
Yep.
And
it's just because the people that dine at those places don't care.
No.
And it's all because restaurants used to be just a thing for rich people.
Yep.
If you were a regular Joe Schmo like me and you ate out.
Speak for yourself.
If you were a regular...
I work at the Four Seasons.
If you were a middle-class dude...
with all the turds.
If you were a middle-class dude in a middle-class family, you maybe ate out like 2, 3, 5...
4 times a year.
And it was
birthdays, special occasions, anniversaries. It was all that.
Yep.
That was me growing up. Like, we weren't at, you know, we've never really fast food, like, unless a road trip or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a special occasion thing that you got to go eat at a Logan's Roadhouse or an Outback Steakhouse or something like that. It was a big deal. It was somebody's birthday. It was always that. Yeah.
And unless something radical changes, that's where it's going back to.
100%. And I kind of don't mind it. That means they're going to have less options, less, you know, a lot of places will close. But
honestly, that's part of the issue right now.
That's supply and demand, though. That's supply and demand.
We have
too many restaurants, in my personal opinion.
And again, we're a hospitality center because of all the parks and everything we have. But even with that being said, we're still heavily oversaturated with restaurants.
Sure. Let me ask you this. So, are you following the World Cup at all, or?
I mean, the games are on at work all the time. I'm trying to, catch games that basically France, Germany, and the U.S.
Gotcha. So the wrong teams.
My heritage teams.
Okay. Well,
I'm an American, but my ancestry is French.
So I got a text from, of course, friend of the show, Freddie.
Yeah.
My Mexican, who is,
Venezuelan.
He's Uruguayan. His team got knocked out.
Uh-huh.
He lives here, so now he's supporting the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. and I've convinced him to support England as well. And U.S. was playing yesterday. He's like, "Go USA!" I'm like, "Not in this house, motherfucker." I want the U.S. out as quick as possible. I want them to lose as quick as possible because they've had the easiest of groups. They've had the easiest of time. Like FIFA has
Or America.
Yep, pushing them as quick as high as possible. And there's no part of me the burning as an Englishman. I cannot have the U.S. go further in the World Cup than England. We invented the goddamn game. It's supposed to be coming home. Yeah, we did. Look it up.
You sure it wasn't South Americans?
No, we did. Like as an organized sport, England, it's England's game.
Okay.
Yep. So fuck you for not even knowing that. This is what I'm talking about. Americans not knowing nothing about what they're fucking talking about. Oh, that shouldn't have been a red card yet. Fucking should have last night, you idiots. That could have literally. Yes, it wasn't necessarily premeditated. He didn't do it like maliciously. But guess what? When you do something like that, that can literally end a guy's whole career. You get a red card, dipshits. Yeah. That guy's out. Sorry, he's one of your top goal scorers. But for me, get the fuck out of here.
Sounds like a little bit of English collusion.
Well, I will say that England has not had it very easy. We've also played like shit. And that's the thing about like America. America, even when you play like shit, you're like, oh, we're America. We're awesome. We're
Look
the
at
best.
who our fucking president is, who's been doing an awful job. And he's like, we're still doing the best.
We're the best. We're the greatest
America.
Greatest footballers in the world. So that's what annoys me. The thing about us English is we're like, no, you played like shit. You're lucky you fucking won. Like that's part of the.
But we're playing against like Jamaica.
Sure, like maybe not Jamaica, but yes, you're playing against teams that like no one's even heard of. Like a lot of the time, right?
Can I take a tiny little sidebar?
Sure, sidebar.
Apparently, Donald Trump had a conversation with AI Teddy Roosevelt and has now been quoting himself as, "I had discussions with Teddy Roosevelt."
Oh, really? Is that a thing that happened?
Yeah, that's
I missed that one.
100% a thing that is now happening.
Oh God, it's the man's delusional. He's old, and we need to move on from that. But anyway, I just get annoyed with like it's an American supremacy type thing, right? That like you guys have to be the best at everything, and like you guys don't even know the game, and you're like,
we don't even know half the country's anthems who we play against.
No, let alone you don't know half the country's names that you play against.
Yeah, there are some times where I see the little 3-letter thing, and I'm like, who would that even be?
Yeah.
I think when we were playing Bosnia Herzegovina,
that one is tough. I'll give you that one though.
But it was BIH, and I'm like,
Bit? Like we're playing Bit.
What country has a bit?
But we played Dr. Congo the other day, so I don't know.
Yeah, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah.
Dude, I will say, I love when they talk about the people from the Congo because they're called the Congolese. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude.
I don't think most Americans can say the word Congolese.
Dude,
let alone
I've been saying it for days just because it's such a cool word.
It is a cool word. But and that's like deep down, I love America.
Yeah.
And I love the sport. I like the fact that the sport is growing in America. But you can see it as like I was raised in a different culture where it is religion. Like so when it's like and honestly, America's playing fucking great, man. Like I want to be able to support them, but it annoys it's the fans that know nothing about it. That are like I guess it's bandwagon stuff, right? That annoys me. That like they're trying to adopt it as like, and now we're the best type thing, and like that's fucking irritating to me when it's something that we have like it's clearly our national game. Yeah, it's clearly something that we have.
You're mad because you've been around for 2,000 years, and basically an infant of a nation.
That's right.
Has come in and been like, oh, your little ball sport. There's no sticks. There, you can't use your hands. There's contact is regulated and trying to be kept to a minimum, and we are dominating at it. That's why everybody, and because you're right. Every time we do anything, we go, I think we could play that game.
It's the Olympics that just happened, too. It's like, oh, guess what? We're going to win all the gold medals in every sport because we have all the money. We have all the everything. We don't even care about it. Thank you, chat room. You want to read some of that? That's for you.
Oh,
buddy.
yeah. I believe Getting Grub is our good friend Trey.
Hey, Trey.
Hi, Trey.
We need to get you in. We need to get you in the studio like soon, like this month before I go back out on the road, buddy.
But they the chat does love my new hair.
Yeah, the chat does love your new hair. Yeah.
But Trey is right. It's our American exceptionalism.
Mm-hmm.
It does suck because we do. What sucks is
it's
that
also what makes America fucking awesome, which is annoying.
we pick up things. We're like that kid that you knew when you were a kid who were like, oh yeah, I started doing this new thing. He's like, oh, how do you do that? And then you teach him, and immediately he's dominating you. And then he goes out, and all the friends that you do that activity with too, he dominates them. I dealt with this in college, where we all got into Warhammer, like a miniature war game. We all spent a lot of time learning, and this kid borrows an army, reads like half the book, and has watched us play games, and then just starts mopping the fucking floor with everyone who's been playing for a year and a half.
It's the Legally Blonde meme. Have you seen that about this one?
No.
So the movie Legally Blonde, she's the dumb ditzy blonde. She goes to Harvard or something, right?
Yeah, law school.
Yeah, law school. And the meme is, wait, so you passed the whatever test, the bar or whatever test it like, and she goes, yeah, is that supposed to be hard? Like, you know, it's the ditzy blonde that doesn't even know the accomplishment that it's done. It was the round of 16. It's like, oh, you made the round of 16? Oh, wait, that's supposed to be hard? Like,
and you know what sucks? There are countries.
Meanwhile, fucking Germany's out. Meanwhile, like all these like Italy didn't even make it. You know, dude. Italy didn't even make the World Cup.
And they're pissed.
Yeah, but like there's tons of like extremely like big soccer,
tenured,
like football,
long-term football programs
that
are just
that are out, that are either out, didn't even make it, like, and here we are as America just being like, oh, we're gonna make it to the finals, are we?
You know what sucks? There are countries like China, especially like in an example of the Olympics, there are countries like China where if you do poorly, there are terrible consequences. And they basically steal you from your parents.
Yeah, China hasn't stolen football yet. They've stolen most of the things. They weren't able to steal this one yet.
So you've got places where it's like they literally take you from your parents at a young age. You do nothing but this thing.
Yeah.
In this case, soccer. You play soccer every day, all day, for your entire childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And then America shows up, and it's just a bunch of guys who are like, I started in college.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've also had the equivalent of like $300,000 worth of elite high-level training. And now we're good.
So what I'll say then again, let me go on a little bit of a rant about my England national team, right? Like we have not been playing the greatest. We've got by like scraped by, usually with late goals, usually by one Harry Kane. We've had a lot of chances, but a lot of sloppy play and a lot of very just like not playing cohesively, right? Like we could be doing a lot better. We're lucky to even still be in it. Honestly, like DR Congo should have probably beaten us, and I wouldn't have even been that mad because they kind of deserved to. We deserve to lose the game that we won, right?
Yeah.
Now we go to fucking Mexico, right? We're playing in Azteca Stadium, huge stadium in Mexico City against Mexico.
Bro, how do you win that?
Not only that. Have you thought about the altitude, the heat and the altitude, right?
They're already having like excessive hydration breaks because of the heat,
the hydration breaks are because America wants to turn it into 4 basically 25-minute quarters instead of 2 halves.
Well, I thought that you guys just played like 1 90-minute
no
stretch, right?
It's 45 and 45 with extra time on either end. So there's always a halftime.
Okay.
But America has turned it almost with the hydration breaks, coincidentally at 25 minutes every game into basically turning it into 4 quarters. Let's be real. And yes, it's a TV timeout is what it is. Now, I'm not even as mad at that as a lot of people because I do actually think that it can help shift a game. Like sometimes it's for better, sometimes it's for worse. You can make substitutions. You can kind of like get a better game plan. I think there are actual strategic reasons that can work out as for the game.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that the real reason that that's happening is because they just basically want an ad break.
Yeah.
That's a TV timeout that they can air some goddamn Coca-Cola ads or whatever they're doing.
Honestly, I would imagine that that's why soccer isn't as televised of a game. One, not long
100%.
enough. It's definitely not long enough.
Right. It's not a whole day affair. It's over in 2 hours most of the time.
That does make me wonder, like in places where in like England where it's so prevalent, and you have all these, you have like your main overarching league, but then you have like dozens of smaller.
You basically have smaller leagues. You've got your Premier League, your Champions League. You got your like League 1, League 2, League 3. My dad used to talk about it. And
like you could go to soccer 5
when
days
he
a week.
was a kid, it was a very common thing that an average man. He's a Derby County supporter, a very small team.
Yeah,
and when he was a kid, his dad could work a full work day, get off work, go pick him up from school. They could go to the game and be back by dinner.
Yeah. And
that does not exist in the American sporting culture.
No.
You're like on like a school night, right? Like
yeah, they don't want to do that.
Right. And
we have like basketball games now, like high school
but
basketball
still, that's
games.
a whole evening. That's a 4 or 5 hour thing. Like
you're there for several
and then if
hours.
you're going to an actual like American football game, that's like a 7 hour thing. Like by the time you like drive there, get there, spend all day, like with how slow that game is, like
considering
that is a whole day affair. You know,
I think it's 20-minute quarters.
You can't get off work and go see a football
No, that's
game.
why they have football on Sunday.
Right.
Because everybody's already off.
Correct.
Like a football game is, I want to say 20-minute quarters. There's only 4 quarters. What realistically should be an hour and a half long game is 5 hours long.
5-6 hours long. Yeah.
Same thing, but like baseball's the same way. I feel like it's shorter than football, but you know they have those games. My old boss.
Baseball's perfect for advertisers because there's so much stoppage time, just like football. There's so much stoppage time and time between in between the guy coming to bat or whatever that they can throw an ad or whatever. Like they do it all the time.
Where it's like. I know that they play shitloads of baseball games, so I know that there are people who are like, yeah, we're going to go to a baseball game tonight. I think that's probably the closest thing we have, though, because like even a hockey game.
Yeah.
A hockey game, which is only three 20-minute quarters, which should legit just be 1 hour.
3 20-minute periods. Not quarters.
Yeah, you understand.
I get it.
That game still, if you go to a hockey game, you're still there for
it's like a
3 hours.
3.5 hour experience instead of like a quick 2.5, which like with extra time is usually what you're expecting.
Every break in between a hockey period is as long as the period.
It's 15 minutes for a 20-minute period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
long. Yeah. I will say though, I just wanted to like spout a little bit of English exceptionalism in the fact that we now have to.
Sounds like an oxymoron to me.
Yeah, it's fair. we haven't been playing well. We do need to step it up, but we're playing against Mexico now. Like these are two incredibly different styles. Number one, a very slower, methodical pace on the UK side or the England side, and a very fast-paced, almost South American style of soccer on the Mexico side. We are also playing in Mexico City. 12,000 feet in elevation, I believe that is. Now,
and bro, Azteca Stadium, that's like,
dude, talk about a home field advantage. It like the way I've heard it put, and I'm not going to claim to know everything about like football. I follow it enough to know, but what I will say is that from what I've heard, not a single player on Mexico's team would ever even make the UK the English team. Like our individual players are all exceptionally better
than the Mexican team.
Any player on the Mexican team. But they have such a home field advantage that we're coming in, I believe, as the underdogs in this game.
Right.
Now, there's a whole thing with acclimating to altitude, right? 12,000 feet. Pretty high. They're coming from, I think the last game was in Atlanta. That's basically sea level, so you're going from that to that. Now, it takes apparently about 2 weeks to fully acclimate to altitude. Don't have that kind of time.
A day or two, right?
It's on Sunday. The game was yesterday.
They haven't been here.
Wednesday to Sunday, right? Like, so you don't have that time to train to be able to do that. Now, I'm sure they are working in their training with like the whole that like oxygen deprivation mask stuff, and like I'm sure they're doing that, right? But there's a thought process because you can't do that. You don't get there you don't go there as soon as you can. You actually wait to the last minute. And I thought this was scientifically very interesting. I've read a couple reports on this. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you knew about this, but it was news to me. So the worst symptoms of the altitude sickness happen on days like 3, 4, and 5. So what you do
preempt them almost.
So what you do is you show up the night before and play the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so
you don't get to that stage.
Yes, exactly. So you like rather than going like right now and going flying over and trying to get used to it, right? Like as of yesterday, they could have flown out literally today and gone there. No. You stay where you are. You wait until maybe the day before the game. Fly over and then play because you'll. I guess it's maybe residual or something of how like the blood and the oxygen levels all work like that. It takes a little bit for that like altitude sickness to kick in. So you're basically playing your game as fresh as you can in that scenario.
Right.
Like, I thought that was super weird, like and interesting. I would have thought that it would have been like hit you harder.
Well, I think I've seen.
You know what I mean? Like if I would have thought it would have almost been like an instant thing. Like, oh man, like.
Well, I think I remember it
feel dizzy or whatever
coming from people talking about football, where like when teams have to go to Denver, they'll show up like the night before.
Yeah,
It's not like, hey, let's get there, let's like hang out. It was always like, we're gonna show up right before the game, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah.
That's just how they do it.
And I think I keep saying the UK. It's England. I shouldn't say the UK because that includes Ireland and Wales and Scotland. Like it's just England. But their training facility, I believe, is Kansas. It's Kansas or something like Kansas City. And I think that was chosen strategically so that they would have like if you've got games in Toronto. If you've got games in Atlanta, if you've got games in LA, if you've got games in Mexico,
it's all the same.
Like basically, you're in the middle of where you can be. So every flight is probably 2-3 hours, right? Like they're. I think that's at least somewhat smart, but I don't know.
It would make sense.
I just thought that was super interesting that like that there's like a whole like now like that's such an element that they wouldn't have to deal with if all the games were in North America, like that, like unless I guess Denver, maybe like if they had a stadium, like if they were doing games in Denver, but
yeah, because I mean that's like one of our highest points, but like it's still that's not like
a mile high city and all that, but like that's where again maybe I get a little pissed off at how easy America's had it in this tournament compared to like not even England but other teams. And Mexico kind of got it, like, maybe that's why they've advanced as far as they have, because they have played every single game in fucking Mexico.
Oh,
they're
really?
not, because they're a host nation. So they play all their games there.
Yeah.
So I think that's such kind of an unfair advantage that I'm like, I don't know. Am I being too particular about that? Am I like,
no,
I understand how that comes across as like a bitter like England fan and all that, but like you see some of my logic, right?
I do see that there. Yes, it does seem like some of these countries are getting, especially us, getting it a little easier. But again, we're a host nation.
And that comes with being a host nation. You spent all that money. You do get some. I would 100% agree with that. You should get some home field advantage. That's usually just the fucking fans being there for you, right? Oh,
yeah.
You can't do it anymore.
Goddamn.
Oh, he lost his hair. You got a nice haircut, Mike.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I did it myself.
Yeah. But yeah, like
I would say, like, yes, it probably is a lot of, like, we're a host nation, but you are correct in that, like, it does seem that anytime America does anything, people are kind of like, oh, what, America's coming? Sick. I mean, we'll roll out the carpet for them. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a dick sucking noise and motion, by the way. For those
just listening on the podcast, Owen did mimic America or people sucking America's dick.
Big old American dick.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Again, I would say it may be even more prevalent right now with the fact that the administration we have in here right now really just seems like as long as you do a little bit of that he's well, you're my friend now.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe he said explicitly, I like people who like me.
Yeah.
Which when you say,
are we allowed to lie? Are you allowed to like pretend and then get the benefits? Is that fine?
1,000% you are.
Trump, you're the best, dude. You're like, I can't.
So good.
So good. Like at all of it. Like,
which, okay. That
wasn't a lie, by the way. That was straight. That's Ono radio show. That's 100% from me. England, you guys, we're friends. Like
I love you, love you, pretty much.
Pretty much. I love what you've done with the place.
Okay, but what I was saying was, it does seem like when you say that, like, I like people who like me. When you think about it, you're like, well, that makes sense.
It does.
I probably wouldn't like people
who don't like me.
Yeah. But then I also think, well, I'm not the president.
Yeah.
So if I say things like, I only like people who like me, they're like, okay, well, Mike, you're an average Joe. That's fair. I don't think it's the same when you're the president.
I don't think, no, I think it is. I think it's totally fine. I think it's the greatest. I think it's the best.
I think he might have had the best take on that ever.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The best words.
Honestly, I'm going to the UK in the end of August. Just let me back in, please, Mr. Trump. I will be good. I will be one of the good ones. I know I'm from a shithole country. I will do whatever you need to make it not a shithole country here. I will,
I work hard when I'm here.
I work very hard, I pay the taxes. I'll pay all of them.
I didn't pay taxes.
You should not say that on the show because we need to do that. One thing I did find was funny though, so the game's on Sunday night for the UK-Mexico one, or the England-Mexico. Did it again. And they announced in England, pubs will stay open until 5 a.m. or are allowed to stay open until 5 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning. How many drunk Englishmen are there going to be going to the game and then trying to go to work afterwards?
Bro, I think that
on Monday morning. That Monday morning is going to be a bad day if you live in the UK.
Oh, dude, I would not buy anything that had to be. I would not go get anything serviced on Monday.
No.
If you got like an auto, if you're taking your car to a garage on Monday, wait till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Honestly, as a boss, as a manager in England, are you just like, do we even open the fucking shop on Monday? Maybe we open the shop at 4 p.m. Like, we'll call it a half day. You go to the 5 a.m. match, do whatever you do at the 5 a.m. match, and then go home, sleep it off for a while, and then show up at 4, and we'll do something. We'll do a halfer.
Exactly. Now, I think there were a lot of Englishmen that were claiming we should have a national holiday. It's like, guys, we're in the round of 16.
If it was England versus Mexico final, if it was was the last match of the
whole
World Cup
tournament, the whole World Cup,
then
England, you can do national holiday. They're like, so what? You want one for every match now that we have?
The only thing worst of this is probably the guy who was like, it's round of 32, and you're like, oh, well, I think we should have a national holiday for for these games.
It doesn't work like that. I think that's a little ridiculous.
What do you want to do? Take the next month off, England?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they want. That's all they're doing is watching the shit anyway.
Dude, I was listening to NPR today. Apparently, in talks about taking off. Apparently, in Germany, their whole healthcare system, I think it's universalized.
Yeah. We're like the only country that doesn't
do it
in the whole World Cup. Yeah.
So apparently Germany, since when COVID hit, they're like, hey, like everyone else, they're like, hey, if you're sick, you call the doctor, they'll telehealth you a note, and then you have an excuse to not show up.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that has been taken to the extreme advantage in Germany, that nationally the government stepped in and said, hey, no more telehealth notes.
No, they got to go in.
If you want the fucking sick day that we give you, then we give it to you.
They're still going to give it to you, which we wouldn't get, by the way.
No. I haven't had sick days in fucking ever.
Ever.
Never had a sick day.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, now you have to
actually
physically
go in person.
Go to a doctor. They have to check you out and write a note. And guess what? The German population fucking pissed.
They're revolting.
They're so mad. They're like, what are you're taking away our telehealth?
I'm hungover and you want me to go to work? This is bullshit.
Yeah, I just don't feel like going, and you want me to physically go to a doctor to tell him I just don't want to go to work?
Eat shit. Which, by the way, if they just like step foot in there and said to the doctor, I don't want to go to work, can you write me a letter? The doctor would just do it, but that's what they're protesting. It's like, I don't want to even do
I don't want to have to go to the doctor to have him falsely write me a fucking note. Yeah, I just want to call him. I would honestly prefer to email that fuck. If I could text message the doc and have him give me the message over text, I'd be doing that. But now you want me to go into a fucking office? There? This is grade A horseshit.
Absolutely.
When again, here in America, I'm like, well, I don't think, I know I'm sick, but am I sick enough that if I call into work, no one's going to give me shit the next day when I go in?
Yeah.
Because that's how it works over here.
Because I don't want to lose the money that I would be making. I need the money. Yeah, there's that.
Honestly, half the reason I don't call out when I'm sick is because I'm too poor. And if I took a day off, if I took a day off right now, I basically lose like $200.
Exactly. And you need that $200.
Every single amount of every bit of money I can get.
So you go in and you get other people sick, and then
bro, you know what sucks even more? Now that I like publicly and openly don't drink anymore, I can't be like, oh, I feel. You'd have to be able to like get really drunk, and then you look kind of sick and fatigued.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to like feign that I'm sick, it's a fucking production.
Yeah, now you got to really put it on.
I have to like run around like before I come in. I have to get like way overheated, like drink no water all day. I have to do a lot of extra shit to look bad enough that I need to
just get drunk one time, and then you'll be good.
Can't do it. No, I might die.
What the fuck is a Mexican wedding cookie?
A what?
Mexican wedding cookie. I was on an airplane and they were offering.
That sounds like something a racist granddad would say.
I was like, it was on the menu. Mexican wedding cookie. I'm like, I never heard of that before. So you never heard of that before?
Never.
You're in the food world. Someone look it up. Yeah, you want to look it up? You want to look it up? Yeah, because I was absolutely perplexed. One of the funniest things I did see on Reddit leading towards this England-Mexico game was there was a Mexican that was like, in honor of our English brethren are coming over and, our competitors that are coming over, they made someone made a cottage pie. And it looked pretty terrible, It was like a Mexican cottage pie. And
I don't think they can do that.
And they tried, but it was not what we would consider a cottage pie. And then a Brit, of course, in jest posted, "Oh, thanks for giving it a shot. We're over here in England, as fans. We're gonna make some tacos," and it was baked beans in a taco shell.
I have Mexican wedding cookie right here.
What is it?
Mexican wedding cookie is a small, rich, buttery shortbread-style cookie that's made with finely chopped nuts, pecans or walnuts, baked until just set, and then rolled in powdered sugar while still warm, and again after they've cooled.
Sounds nice. I just never even heard of it before. They look that looks delicious. Yeah. I would eat that.
They're probably, like I said, it sounds like it's like a vanilla shortbread cookie rolled in powdered sugar.
I mean, I've just never ever heard of that, and I thought it was like kind of weird that it was on a Southwest flight on menu.
You can kind of see that, like it looks like a pecan shorty, like a pecan shortbread cookie.
That looks good.
Rolled in sugar, which would only make it better than the regular pecan sandies I like here.
We need to go and find ourselves some Mexican wedding cookies, I guess. I've never heard of them.
Also, brief sidebar, I ate pecan shorties, like shortbread cookies as a child, decently sized cookies. Pecan shortbread cookies now.
Oh, they're tiny.
Minuscule.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Dude, I used to have problems like getting a shortbread cookie into a glass to like dip it in milk. Now, so much free space. You can wiggle the damn cookie around in the glass.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
I'm so offended that like this rampant decline that America is taking as far as food goes. It's making everything I used to love just garbage.
100%. 100%.
We were talking about it outside. Beef jerky, they're trying to fuck with us now because now they're changing beef jerky from the larger bags that cost anywhere from $12 to $17, $18 a bag. Now they're like, oh, well, we'll make the bag a little bit smaller. We'll charge a little less. Not much. Still, jerky prices through the roof. But I think they're using shittier meat now.
I think they are too.
And that's hard. Jerky meat was already pretty garbage. But they're using even worse cuts of meat now. And I'm going to be fair. I think jerky as a snack, for me, done.
You're writing it off.
It's had its moment in the sun, and I don't fucking want it anymore.
Maybe we'll one of us will get a dehydrator and we'll do our own, and we'll do some homemade. Would you try it?
I would try that because, like, dude, the price is so high and the quality is so low right now.
I agree.
I just don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it.
Can I do want to take a break, and stop and move on to next week's episode at some point. Guys, we record 2 in one night. We were allowed to, tell you that. I think.
I don't want you all to get the illusion that we just
live in the studio.
Yeah.
Because
I do live closer now,
which is good. We can do it more often, and we will, and we plan on revamping our whole like Patreon and all that type of stuff. So like, there's stuff coming. Don't worry about it. But there's something that I kind of wanted to end this segment on with you, and it was the first time I've been mad at myself and the internet for
really
in a while, and I don't know. I kind of fell into the algorithm rabbit hole of really cool cockatoos and talking parrots. I love a good talking bird. Okay? I love a good talking bird. What are your thoughts on parrots talking and all that?
I'm okay with it. I like a parrot. I like
they can be really cute, right? Birds can be cute.
I like any bird that'll kind of like get up on your hand, and just kind of like chill there, and you can like.
As a kid, we had a couple cockatiels in the house, and they would she would do a whistle like she knew what's that?
Oh, Angel's centerfold.
Centerfold, right? Mm-hmm. She knew centerfold. She could whistle centerfold like pretty well.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then like we would tell her like, "Oh, time for bed," and she kind of knew. Like, and she had a little ladder, and she would walk up her ladder. Her stand was on a cage, like her cage was on a stand, and then had this little ladder, and she'd go up. It was super cute, and she was affectionate, and she'd hang out on your shoulder all day. She'd hang out with my dad, like while he was on the computer, and like. We all even had like poop shirts, like bird poop shirts. Like, so when you're in the house, like You put your poop chute on, because she's gonna crap on it at some point, and then like we had, like your crappy shirt you put on. Anyway, so I grew up with some birds, and so I don't know, it like the algorithm decided that I needed some birds in my life.
Revisit your birding,
right? And I'm like, man, I love this one. I love this one. Let me show you a couple bits of Jackson the cockatoo here.
While you're pulling that up, sure. My grandpa, after he got in his accident and had to have his leg amputated, he got a bird.
Oh,
Pepe. He was a little Senegal parrot, a little like green and yellow and gray ones. Little tiny guy. Real sweetheart of a parrot for like the first little bit, and then just turned into a dick.
Oh yeah. One of mine did. One of mine, like he became an asshole. To
the point where from what I remember, like my grandpa couldn't really take him out of the cage. He had to like feed him through the cage because if you put your hand in there, he was just going to immediately come to get your finger.
Yeah. They'll do that. They'll do that. Yeah.
Oh, I do love a cockatiel. But they can be like,
they're beautiful and they're smart and like
they can be dickheads though.
Oh, they can. Like, so let me give you a little bit of Jackson, right? Like
he looks like a good bird.
Yeah, I'll give you some Jackson here. We'll do this one just to start.
Oh, it's Jackson. He's in a little bird club. He threw a bird toy. Oh, he doesn't like that.
Yep.
Oh, he's dancing.
He's a good dancer.
He's bobbing. He's two-stepping.
He's a pretty bird. We'll just go to some of these shorts here.
You see that? Yeah. Watch this pass. Ah. Exactly. Ah. You're my assistant coach now. Yeah.
That did sound like a young boy.
Time.
Oh, Jackson shows up. Oh, he's dancing in the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good boy. It is weird though, because
he learns auto-tune.
Ooh.
There's Jackson at night.
Oh, that would get annoying.
So I went through, and I don't know if you saw like how many of those videos. There's tons of these videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh man, I like Jackson. What a little cute personality on this bird.
Yeah,
it's fucking AI.
All of this?
I think the sound is all AI. Look, there's a little thing right here in the corner. Says AI.
Really?
YouTube.
Oh, because YouTube's gone through that whole switch where they're like, listen, if you make AI content, we A, are not going to pay you anymore.
Yep.
And B, we are marking it.
And look, right there, where this little cursor is, right down there, AI. And sounds or visuals were altered or fully generated.
What?
And I got mad. Because
of course,
like I got mad that I was like duped, but I also got mad that like I don't know, man. Like I thought I was watching a cute little bird. Like why are you faking a cute bird thing? You know, like I get it when there's like something, and I don't know. I think it's mainly just I think it's the sound perhaps.
Alexa.
Because that looks real to me. Like that looks like a real bird, right? And to me, that looks like a real fucking bird.
Yeah.
And then this is like bird using Alexa. So I think they've got it to like he'll do a vocalization of some description.
Right.
And then I think they're using AI
to up it,
up it and make him or like completely change the audio in general.
Right.
So now you're like, what you thought was like, oh, that's a super smart, cute bird saying something funny. No, that's just AI like doing the thing.
I'm
That was a funky one. Try asking me for a difficult part.
Alexa. Fuck.
Okay, so what I'm guessing is initially the Bird, Jackson, they probably had the channel. It was probably going pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But as they know, they're like, "Hey, man, like,
it wasn't enough, maybe."
I think that's what happens with all this. I think that's how a lot of this stuff
starts off
ends up.
innocently enough,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh shit, if we don't up it, we're not gonna, because these, like, it gets a lot of views, right? So
Of course.
So they make a decent amount. Like, this is 3.8 thousand likes. Like, you're making a couple $100, like, easy, like probably $400 or $500 a month, easy.
Yeah.
Then they figure out, like, oh shit, our views are going down. How do we keep it up? So we
as with everything, like, the moment you start monetizing it, now you have to push it, and now you have to push it harder and harder.
Right.
And I think a lot of people get into this place where they're like, our regular videos with Jackson are making, like you said, maybe like $300-$400 a month. That's cool, but now that I see I can make $300 or $400 a month, what's to say I can't make $2,000 a month?
Sure.
And stop going to work and just hang out with my bird all day and videotape my bird.
Yeah.
And so you probably start doing that, and when you get to that point where you realize, like, oh, well, I think it's kind of nice that, like,
I think that video's AI now that I look at it.
Yeah, more than likely.
Look at it, like, there's something.
Yeah.
That's an AI bird.
That's not real.
That's not real. It's not real.
Nope, not at all.
Fucking Jackson.
Who am I?
I thought I loved you,
Mom.
but you were a robot the
But
whole
now
entire time.
what it makes me wonder is, like, either what I'm saying is what happened, like they started out innocently and up with a real Jackson.
Or was there ever a bird?
Yeah.
Was it all AI? Right. And this is why I was like, I came in, like, I showed Teresa Jackson, like, the other day. And I was like, oh, look at this, is awesome. And she's like, oh, that's super cute. She got fooled by it too. And then
birds are real. And you know what's even more real than that? The Ono radio show, where you should be right now. Why are you responding to chat?
He said he's coming in the next week for the viewers. Next week.
No.
Yeah. Well, which is, in a few
20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, was Jackson ever a real bird?
I don't know.
Did you fall in love with a series of code?
I might have. And that's why I'm really, really aggravated about the whole situation, Mike.
You know what does kind of
suck? Can you just at least be aggravated for me?
What does kind of suck about this is I can see it. I want to like this bird. But now that I know that you're potentially entirely fake.
Now I don't like any of the birds.
Yeah, now you've skewed.
You've ruined cute
online
bird videos for me now.
What's next? Small bears? Are you going to start AIing all the animals? Cute dog videos.
Yeah, I have some cute cat videos, cute dog videos. You're gonna take that from me now too. But I bet you I have been like, aw, to a fake one, and I bet you have, and I bet a ton of other people have as well.
Can I ever love anything real anymore?
I don't think there's a chance. I don't think we have that I don't think we have it anymore, buddy. I think it's gone. I think it's literally gone. I think it's done.
When they finally I think this might be the straw.
Yeah.
The straw that broke the AI camel's back. I don't know what I can love anymore.
I think that's
But
it,
again,
Mike.
there is part of me that wants to go like, hey, what's it matter?
Oh, no.
Like,
it matters.
The joy I experienced pre-knowledge that Jackson was fake felt real.
Yeah.
I would go as far as to say that the joy I felt even in just this small window before I knew he was fake.
Yeah.
That joy was real joy.
Yeah.
I was happy for a minute.
But don't you get mad when you see it now? Like, do you see it? If I showed you another one now, does that joy carry over?
No, and now
That's for girls, baby.
This is what I hate more. Now you're using AI to promote hate? That's fake.
It's fake. It's fake.
You can't close this box now.
I know.
But
they've done a really good job at the fake bird, though.
I want to love it.
I know.
I want it to be real. But what?
And all the people in the chat. Jackson, you are so
there's
smart.
a Japanese guy.
I love you so much. What does he say? Translate to English. You can really feel him saying scratch.
No, you can't because he's fake.
Yeah, I know.
It does, but like I said.
Look at this guy. This is just so adorable. I wish I had Jackson, and he's done parentheses around the A and the I. So there's at least some smart people out there.
Oh, and this basically goes back to what we saw in the 2000s, where right now, if Morpheus put both his hands out and said, Mike, if you take the blue pill, we'll show you every video that's AI, and we'll tell you that it's AI.
If you take the red pill, you'll believe that it's real.
But if you take this red pill right here, we'll never put any markers on it. We'll never tell you that it's AI.
All the best videos, dude.
Dude, you're going to be watching dogs on trampolines.
Dude, let's take the red pill together.
Clips
would be awesome.
Clips is already great until now, where now I'm like, well, but it's fake.
This one was fake, man. And that's why I didn't do it as part of Clips, because I can't do it.
Put me back in. Put me back in the Matrix where I don't fucking.
Who was the guy? Cypher or something?
The little sneaky weasel.
Yeah, it was
where he's like, this steak, I know it's fake, but it's delicious.
I want to be him too.
Yeah. I want to go back. I want to go back to Red Pill.
Yeah.
20 years ago, don't even tell me that exists. You know what? Keep AI such a tightly withdrawn secret that I never, ever know about it. Don't ever tell me so that I can live. Dude, you waited till I was 30 to start fucking with AI. You know I'm only going to live till 60.
Yeah.
You couldn't let me have the last 30 years of my fucking life.
Just let it be real.
Happy.
I know, man. I know.
Give me the red pill. I don't want to say red pill me because in our current, in the current world, red pilling means you're a fucking loser. But red pill me, dude. Please just put me back in the Matrix where everything's fucking fake and I don't know and I don't care. Well,
they even stole that thing, man. Like, the whole red pill, blue pill, they've even ruined that for us. Like, it's just everything. God damn it.
I want to go back. I want to get raised in the 70s so that I'm in middle age, like in the 90s.
No phones, no nothing, yeah, exactly. Ah, God, we're both depressed. We need to get out of here for the week. And quite frankly, last thing I'll say is just go England. Bring it home, boys.
Strong Vindaloo.
It's coming home. It's coming home. Vindaloo. Yeah. Vindaloo. It's coming home. It's coming home.
England's coming
Football's coming home. Yeah, well, if we can get past
Dingling.
Well, that's the thing, dude. If we get past Mexico, our next one's probably Brazil, and our next one's Argentina.
Oh.
So yeah, that's
Bro,
the sort of lineup we got going for us. So I'm optimistic. You never know; anything can happen in these tournaments. But we'll see where we're at this next time we have a conversation. That's why I'm wearing my jersey now while I still can.
I was gonna say my good buddy who I work with, Christian.
Sure.
I believe, Venezuelan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's been keeping me like updated on these like here's where we're at, like here's the other teams that I'm looking at. And you know, I do think this is one of the cool sports that we don't really get a lot of chances to see this kind of like national or global.
Yeah, that's what makes it so special.
Like this global level of cooperation to just play a game.
Yep.
And I will say
the world's most popular game.
Yeah, dude. All you need is the ball.
All he needs the ball.
Such a crazy idea that like every sport in America, like you kind of need, like basketball is probably the closest because it's just ball and net, which soccer, ball, net. But like football, intense amounts of like padding and other gear. Hockey same thing way.
With a stick and all that.
Tennis, almost the same thing. Golf, horrendously expensive sport.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, the thing is when like the kids in the UK, you know, they don't need a net. It's like in the you know, you take off your sweater, right? Like it's cold there a lot of the time, right? Like, and maybe not in the summer, but like you take off your sweater. Two guys take off their sweater on either side. They put them down. That's your net. Yeah. Like you score between that sweater, and you got a ball. That's all you fucking need.
Yeah.
There's something brilliant about that. And then that's why they say that England, when we won the World Cup back in 66, I believe it was, when we won it, we were a poorer nation that were recovering from the war.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have much else to do, number one, right? Yeah. And they didn't have a lot of money. They played and they trained without shoes because they couldn't afford the shoes until game day. So it toughened the feet. That was one of the reasons that they said that that team was so tough. And why we won was because
all like the weirdly intense conditioning that you guys had to go through.
Yeah, exactly. Post-war and why we won.
Well, I think it's crazy too because I've seen it throughout the years where they've been working on like, hey man, we're working on soccer balls that don't need to be inflated.
Right.
They're insanely
sports
durable
technology, which I think is super interesting, but it's also kind of like takes away as it adds.
Yeah.
It changes the game, right? But I also think that's why, like soccer, that's why you can see countries that you've never heard of really or barely.
That are amazing.
Yeah, that can play because they have had to deal with, like, it's almost it levels the playing field a little bit, right? Yeah. Like if the game is the same across the board and all you need is the ball, then like, yeah, DR Congo can play. You can, you know, like these weird African nations, these, you know, like these weird South American nations, Central American, Middle Eastern nations, like these poorer countries. It doesn't matter. Like, yes, of course, the training and of course the more money is going to help like progress your club. But at least it levels it out a little bit, you know. Like that, I think that's what's the coolest thing about it.
Yeah, it does put everyone in a situation where it's like, hey, man, as long as you have people who know how to play the game, who are teaching new kids how to play the game, you'll constantly have people that want to play. It's got to be amazing for like athleticism levels because it's almost all conditioning.
100%, yeah.
Like being able to run and go from like a run to a sprint to a run to a sprint.
Well, they say they play like it's around like they run around 10 miles a game, man.
Yeah,
like that's like what sport are you doing that in? Like other than that, really, you're not. You know, like and then you compare it to American football, which like over the course of a 5-6 hour game. They say that there's probably like less than 10 minutes of play or something. Like
well, and like play. If you think about it, like there are guys who like, they're running like they're big numbers. It's like, oh yeah, that guy ran for 1,000, ran for 1,000 yards this season. Yeah, he ran more than that, but it was all 10, 15 seconds at a time.
It was 20 yards at a time, and that's being generous. You know? Like, there you go.
Hockey players may be skating. They skate a lot, but they also don't play full games. You know, you're
Right.
on the ice for
On, off,
anywhere from like a minute to a minute and a half.
Hockey players, I would say, as far as professional sports in North America, they come the closest.
Probably, yeah.
You know, I think so, because I think of the line changes, like, and then how, like, they're on for 45 seconds, off for 45 seconds, on for like.
But it's a blast. Like it's like you got to get on the ice. You're skating.
Yeah.
You're going full speed, 20, 30 miles an hour, like on the
Correct.
ice. And then again, you mix in the physicality. I think that ups their level of
Totally.
like conditioning and training. But
Totally.
again, you're not running for
10 miles plus a game.
A 90-minute game. You have to be running probably 60 to 70 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
There's some parts where you're moving, but you're moving at like a
jogging
jog or
or-
like a fast walk.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if you're like a forward, where you're
A striker. Or
you're moving the whole length of the
or
field
forward,
the
yeah.
whole game.
Yeah.
Dog, 80 minutes of running.
Yeah, the
a whole
conditioning
game?
that takes is just impressive.
Insane levels of just
Absolutely.
endurance and stamina. It makes me tired talking about it.
Dude, like, neither of us could do it. That's say that.
I was an all-time goalie.
Yeah,
in,
of course.
In school, when we had the soccer modules, all-time goalie. When we played the football module, I was the guy you'd snap the ball, I'd take 2 steps forward and then turn right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little advances, but we're making them.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Baseball, all-time catcher or outfielder. I was not allowed to bat after a certain point in high school.
Because you just sucked at it, or
No, because I batted one time sophomore year, and at the end of the swing, let go of the bat
Yeah, you can't
and
do
hit
that.
somebody, and wasn't allowed to play baseball after that. Doug.
That checks.
Basketball, purely a passing player. I would run to the middle of the court, get passed into the people who were actually playing, and just you want to pass it to me? That's great, but I'm going to pass it to somebody else.
Sure.
I'm just going to feed the ball somewhere else.
Yeah. You're not going in for layups.
Volleyball, all set.
Little
Setter, and then let somebody else spike that beat.
Never any good at volleyball. Never any good.
I mean, pretty much every sport, there was a position for me, but it was all very unimpressive.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I got some technique. I was decent at hockey. I was always good at like the little. I was never big. I was never like super fast. I was quick, but I wasn't super fast. But what I did have was my craftiness. I always have like I'm a deker, Mike. I'm a good deker. I can get you on the
Stick handling.
Yeah. I can get you on that. That was always my way with fighting too. If I ever had to like deal with myself, and I'm good with the old like faking you out, which yeah, it's kind of why I'm I think that's why I'm so crafty as a 40-year-old man.
You know, I will say
I'm a crafty fucker. Come on, that's you can't take that away from me.
You're very ingenuitive. I will say, as a younger boy, I was more of I've been like this tall since like the 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah. About 6 foot, right?
Yeah. I was always just a large child, so most of it was like
fat. We call that fat.
be intimidating, but I wasn't gonna fight you.
Yeah, no.
I'll just stand up and like puff myself up.
Oh no, I was the opposite. I was the little like chihuahua that was like you fucking like and yeah, but then I got a couple guys with the old leg sweep thing where like I put my leg behind them and pushed them and like tripped them over, and then I ran away. That was usually what I did.
Mm-hmm.
That was again crafty.
I think I bumped one guy. He ran into me, and I just kind of like shoulder checked into him.
Yeah.
And knocked him down. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
You're done. Yeah, fair enough. What do you want to say will be before we get out of here for this week's show and this segment? By the way, if you're tuning in on Twitch, we will leave the feed live, and we're going to take a little break here in a few. But if you're listening on the podcast, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you next week What do we got here? I gotta run the tunes. I gotta run the old outro thingy here.
Folks, please, we really enjoy you listening to us. If you're listening live, thank you so much. If you're listening on the podcast, please head on over to twitch.tv/ONRS Live. Sign up and subscribe so that when we go live, you know about it.
Got it over on the Facebook page as well, over Ono Radio Show, our Facebook page. And I believe that we've been successful on our YouTube account as well. That's over at Ono Media, at Ono Media. So whatever, pick your poison. Just watch us. That's fine. Yeah.
You can tell us what you'd like to hear on Facebook, but what we really want you to do, we really, really would appreciate it if you head on over to patreon.com/ONRS, sign up. It's so little amounts of money.
It's dirt cheap.
Cheap.
Come on.
You can help support the show, put beer in the fridge and energy in the lights.
Yep.
And there's tons of stuff there. Interviews with all of our friends, with cast members, both current and former. We have Drunk Driving on the Moon, which is our conspiracy show. We have tons and tons of extra content.
And here's the thing. You're going to want to hop on that now because we're about to really revamp that thing and give you a ton of content. So get in on the ground floor and get in on the, I would call it the second wave of our Patreon, Mike.
The newest iteration of the Ono Radio Show Patreon. Please support us. We love ya. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening to the show. Owen, anything else today?
I think that's it. What do we say when we get out of here, Mike? Oh, fuck your dreams! That one. We did the other one later. Love you. We will see you in a few on Twitter.